Welcome back to Singer Dad Reacts. My name is Josh, and this is the long-awaited moment here. So I'm preparing to react to Confessa and Diva Dance from the singer competition, and I'm excited. I think, as I mentioned in my other reaction, I went out and watched the original scene from the Fifth Element movie where they have the alien and singing the Diva Dance song and all that that they created, from what I understand, through computer generation, because they didn't have a singer that could cover the range and everything else. And so, but if you guys have any more information about that or Confessa, I wasn't able to find a whole lot there, but definitely if you could provide more context for especially that particular song, I would appreciate that. With that, as I mentioned before, hopefully we're watching this together as part of an instant premiere. That's the plan. And if so, hello, and I look forward to interacting with you, in real time as we watch this together and enjoy what's, I'm sure, going to be an incredible performance. And as I mentioned before, what I'll do here is I'll do the full version. So this could be a long video. You guys are kind of used to that, and I apologize. I have a lot to say, I guess. Hopefully it's okay, and you enjoy what I have to say. If you feel like it's too long or you want me to make my video shorter, I can definitely do that. Anyway, so this one may be long, because what I'm going to do is do the full version from the singer competition of Confessa and Diva Dance, and then I'll go to the Bastau performance of Diva Dance, which is fairly short. It's about 1 minute and 40 seconds, I think. And then I'll do my outro and close from there. So, and I'll try to make that short. So without further ado, I'll get started. If you haven't already, if you could please subscribe, click on the notifications. That way you're notified of any of the new posts, the new reactions that I post. I am posting, and I probably already have actually at this point. Once you're seeing this, actually, yeah, most assuredly there'll be new stuff out there, because I just recorded a reaction to Diana and Kudanova, and also So Hyung, both incredible vocalists, and I'm excited to continue to hear more from them. So I'm trying to kind of branch out and listen to other artists, and you all have been very good to provide feedback on that, and I appreciate it. So with that, let's move forward here. Make sure I'm recording. It's very important.
天赐有机经典新升级，听纯天然的音乐，喝无添加的牛奶。大家好，我是音乐合伙人阿来。上周突围赛啊，小哥哥坐在下面观战，他说他真的坐不住了，总想上去唱2口。
That's right. He wasn't on the
这首歌融入
previous
了
week.
电影《第五元素》的插曲。大家都知道，《第五元素》里面这个歌是用电脑合成的，可是今天，迪玛希会在舞台上用人声挑战这个电脑合成的作品。他今天还在
You can see the audience
曲
is
里
just
加了一
excited.
首意大利经典作品《Confessa》。下面我们有请迪玛希。
They love him. Looks like I'm not very loud here. I'll check my volume here. Wow. That's low for him.
来吧，有遗憾，出遗憾。 来吧，牵手把往常都散发，就算灯过后都不擦呀，就算是风一吹都要散呀。我是少忘的一点回呀，别假装后退。Ma perché tu sei un'altra donna? Ma perché tu non sei più tu? Che mai fatto del nostro bene? È diventato un freddo brivido delle risate delle nostre cene. Scendo ormai irrecuperabili, io non sono più il tuo pensiero, non sono più il tuo amore vero, sono il dolce confondo amaro che non mangi più.
Wow. So this is a different song here. I like how they have the dancer out there. She's very flowing and she adds something to that element of the song. I like that. So this is kind of a love song. And kind of, he's using that lower part of his range that we haven't heard, at least I haven't heard a lot of yet. And it's really rich. It's a rich tone, and I'm looking forward to hearing more of that. I know there's other songs. I think it's Ogna Pietra, I think, is one that there's a handful that I get multiple commenters that say you need to react to this, and that's one of the ones I think, and because of the Italian, and I think also because of some of the lower parts that he sings on that. So that's good to hear him singing down there. It's a beautiful song. And as is the case with every song he sings, he's really putting a lot of feeling into it, and you can tell just trying to really bring the passion and the feeling behind the words. Let me go back a little bit. I'm trying to do better about that here. Right there. I love how he's like interacting with the dancer. Yeah, he's like in the baritone range.
Quando viene la sera e il ricordo pian piano scompare, le trasmesse nel cuore a pianotro più grande del mare. Più grande del
There it goes. Wow. He went from just soft, soothing, what's the word I'm looking for? Almost kind of this angst, right? This, why did you do this, to just bringing out, this is really like beyond his years, in my opinion, because it's like, here he is, he's what, 22? He's telling a story, like I've talked about before, that he does, because he's talking about the different emotions that we have with those we love, and in this case, lovers or whatever, and the breakup or whatever's happened here that's causing the pain, and some of the different emotions that come with that, right? So it's kind of like this, solitude and just sorrow that he's kind of portraying at the beginning part of the song, and now he's coming out and saying this is kind of the anger part, or the frustration and the kind of lashing out to say why did this happen, right? So he's kind of going through that with the way that he's singing the music, and that takes a lot of maturity and understanding, and really kind of going through and making sure you understand what those emotions are and how the music can bring those through, and how you can tell that story with your voice, right? And the cool thing about him is, as I mentioned with the painting analogy, he can tell whatever story he wants. He can say whatever he wants through his voice. He has full freedom with that. So that's got to just be an amazing thing, to just be able to just tell the full story in the fullest way, in the most powerful way possible. So he's amazing. Let's go back a little bit here to when he first starts in, takes the earpiece out, and then everybody kind of knows, okay, opens a void that's larger than the sea, right? That's kind of that void, that missing piece of you, right? That's what he's talking about. It's so open. Ooh. That takes breath control, what he just did there. He's putting a lot of feeling into it too. So here's the Diva dance. This is gonna be crazy. Oh my. Wow. Oh. These guys are like, I gotta pause for a second. That's crazy. Wow. Man, he's got control. This song takes an immense amount of control. All those runs, and he started like way down there, and then jumped up as part of that sweeping kind of thing that the alien does in the solo, having just watched it. I gotta rewind that a little bit and see that again. That after this I'll be watching this again. That's part of what's I look forward to, is being able to react to these so I can go back and watch them, the songs that I've seen now, several times. So let's see, let's go back. I don't want to go back too far here. All that jumping around is so hard. Papa Lynn's like, yeah, he's got this. Oh, wow. Wow, ambulance. Wow.
Bravo！
用尽全力了，真的用尽全力。
You can tell that was an exercise for him to do both those songs together.
谢谢。
Wow.
Ülkeden Ahmet, Maestro, thank you.
He always thanks them. It's very magnanimous.
谢谢迪马西，让我们再次把掌声
Gives
送
us
给
shocks
这
and
次带给我们
surprises,
震撼和
yeah.
惊喜的迪马西，送给他，谢谢。
都觉得累了，这个会缺氧哎。
That would be a lack of oxygen.
何况是人海。
He's trying to do it. Still trying.
我们俩一起来。
今天这场半决赛呢，重
That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the Bastau version, and then I'll give some more comments here. So let's do this. Wow. So wow. Wow. Okay. This is like near perfection. Wow. I'm at a loss for words on this. This is one of the most impressive things he's done, in my opinion. Because he's just moving in and out as far as the runs and the jumps within that higher register with his head voice and some mixed voice there. He's just doing it flawlessly, and every note, he's attacking every note, and the pitch is like right on. That's extremely difficult, what he's doing. Understanding what it takes, I'm blown away that he can have that much control, especially like in a setting like this where he's, I don't know at what point this was in the concert, but it looks like it's been going on for a while. He's not missing a beat. Wow. Okay, I have to go back. Sorry, guys. See, when he came in that low note and just... Because that low note was really strong. And then he just went through the course of his entire range. That's part of why they weren't able to find anybody at the time they did the song for the movie that could do it. Because the range that it covers is... At that point, probably nobody could do it. Trying to remember where that low note was. I think it was right around here. Right after this. That is crazy. He's also right with the music. Flawless. Absolutely flawless. Wow. Dimash. Wow. I'm just going to close this window out here. Wow. I just keep saying that. That's amazing. That's one of my favorites right there. That is one of my favorites because of how crazy it is and how hard it is what he just did. I definitely like the Bastau performance better. I mean, I think it's because it's the full song and he's able to kind of go for it, and it almost feels too like his voice is healthier for the Bastau concert. I kind of have gotten that sense a little bit from the different performances where I've heard the Bastau. I know some of you have commented like he had a pretty crazy schedule during the singer competition. So I'm wondering if like his voice vocally, he was tired because he was doing a lot of traveling and performances. So I'm wondering if there's a correlation there. I mean, his singer performances are amazing, don't get me wrong. If anybody can pull off being incredible and sounding incredible even when you're tired, it's him. But it just feels like he's got more health. You can kind of recognize that as a vocalist, you know, because as a vocalist, I've felt that, you know, where you're just kind of run down and or you've got a sore throat or you're just not at 100%. And you hope that you still sound good and all that. In Dimash's case, it sounds incredible. But yeah, that was definitely a stronger version of the Diva dance on the Bastau, and wow. I'm at a loss for words. I've already talked a lot about what he does as far as vocally and how he can traverse through his range and his registers. That's one of the things I noticed from the very beginning with SOS. But this is a whole different level of that on this song. Because it's filled with runs, and so he had to have practiced it a lot to really nail all the transitions, all the different, you know, runs that he does, and all the stuff where he goes, duh, and then he comes way up, you know, and goes up into his upper register seamlessly from top to bottom. I think one of you had a comment that you talked about. There was a song that he does that covers like a 5-octave range. So I'm going to be curious to check that one out at some point. I'm not sure what time frame it's from. That's the thing I need to figure out, so I don't get ahead of where I'm at on the timeline. But I'm wondering what the range is on this song, because this one's got to be pretty close to that. I don't want to take too much time and go back and like, you know, figure out what the notes are and what the range is, but wow. Anyway, Thank you so much for all of your support and your nice comments and all the information you provide. A lot of you, provided links and I really appreciate that. And it helps me to kind of know, because otherwise I'm trying to look, and just like with this, with the Diva dance for Bastau, I had some trouble finding a decent version of that because there were different versions that were not that good of quality. So things like that really help me a lot to kind of point me in the right direction and save me having to go and scout across YouTube to find the best version. So continue to do that. That helps a lot. And if you haven't already, if you could please subscribe and click the notifications. I thank you all for your support, and take care.